You look really comfortable. Can I get you to lay like this?
Like
just where you were last night?
Okay.
Flat out. So, the hotel rooms are not very big.
Okay.
They really aren't. And I moved our bed away from the wall so that I could try to walk around you and not climb over you again. But that proved very difficult with the fact that your feet are almost touching the wall. So, it wasn't easy last night having to go pee.
You woke me up a couple times, like tripping over my feet and stuff.
We got a tip that Omicho Market in the morning here in Kanazawa is pretty bumpin', so we've come here, and I can tell you right now it smells like dead fish up in here.
So our friend that turned us onto this place said that when he came here, he isn't from Kanazawa, but he's from another area of Japan and came here on a trip. And when he came here, they just kind of stumbled into the fish market really early in the morning. And he said that it was packed full of foreign tourists.
Oh, it's time to go to class.
Yeah, that's what the music is. And we don't have to worry about the foreign tourist crowds right now because like they're really, there's no foreign tourists right now because of the circumstances of the universe. And it's actually sort of empty right now. There isn't like a lot going on, but you can tell that the place is typically could be very lively and active.
I wonder how reduced the actual action of the people here is. Like, are the stalls being not as utilized as they normally would? Are they toning it down because there's not as many people?
Yeah.
But regardless, breakfast is gonna happen.
Yeah, we're gonna find some food at some point, yes. It's a double-edged sword, of course, when there's no tourists. On one hand, there's no tourists and you can stretch your arms, but on the other hand, things are closed. Like a lot of these.
Stretching his arms.
No, he's not stretching his arms. So there's a lot. We're seeing a lot of the places that are restaurants that would be catering to people who are coming to visit and want to eat in this fish market. Is just that it's not operating. The things that are operating are the things that are like selling to the wholesalers and the other restaurants and stuff. Like the fish market aspect of this is all working right now, but we're limited pretty significantly on where we are able to eat. So we found one place on the other side of the market. I think we're gonna aim for that.
I saw a lot of things where we could hodgepodge a meal together, but I kind of feel like the fish market is like you should probably eat some fish at it. So
yeah.
There's a lot of things that you could just get a little thing here and a little thing there and take it away and eat it, but we're kind of aiming for something else. So.
Like something meal-esque. Yeah, and with all the restaurants closed, we're gonna have to go with what we can go with. So what we found, I think, is looks okay. So I'm not disappointed or anything. But we don't have a lot to choose from. We have found breakfast, and it is at a little sushi restaurant that's a kyde sushi restaurant. You know, the place with the plates going around, but the plates aren't going around right now. And
Which I think is good. We've been to a kyde sushi place during Corona times, and the thing was on.
Yeah,
I was just like, that's not cool.
Weird.
We obviously didn't pull anything from there, and I think in general, most people don't pull anything from there. That's for inspiration. Yeah. Keep in mind, I think that's for inspiration.
For real, when you go to one of these a roundabout, what do they call them in Japanese or in English? Rotating plates, sushi place, one of those places. When you go to one of those in Japan, conveyor belt. That's right. You almost always order directly from the chef. Like you don't often unless you see the chef put it on the plate on the tray. You don't, or on the belt. You don't take it off. Basically, it's not like taboo or anything, but nobody ever does.
Because I mean, it doesn't show how long that sushi's been on there. But that's not what's happening right now.
I have taken from that thing, and the sushi chef took it away from me and made a fresh one.
And that's really cool. And so that to me solidified that rule. But what's interesting that you were looking up stuff last night and you saw that people talking about Kanazawa were like sushi for breakfast.
Yeah.
Sushi for breakfast.
Sushi for breakfast is a thing that's going on. Kyde ordered it's called a
dangerous, scary group of stuff that I don't really know what I'm going to be eating, but I'm very excited about it.
Basically a seafood donburi, and it is the market special seafood ones, like the market seafood. And
I got the good stuff is what I got.
You got a variety of things, and I just ordered one that is a couple of different types of maguro. So I've just got tuna made in a couple different ways.
One of them that was really scary. I'm not going to tell you what it looks like because then it might weird you out to eat it. But I'll tell you what I think it looks like once you're done eating it.
Are you talking about just the one that looks cooked?
Yeah, the one that looks cooked.
Okay, so this is a piece of tuna that has just been cooked. And when it came out, it was still steaming. I'm not really sure if you should put shoyu on that or not. Like, I don't usually have my maguro like this, but today I am. Oh. It just disintegrated. Yeah.
I'm really glad we got this. I haven't even bitten into anything, and I'm just excited about that reaction. I'm not going to go into mine right now. I'm going to eat it and then talk about it. There's a rainbow of stuff going on here.
Okay.
So I kind of just want to jump in, and then if something stands out, I'll talk about it.
There is a fish here that we are unaware of. One thing that we got on the side, and it is called nodo gudol, and it is a fish that is specific, I guess, to this region. I've never seen it before.
We'll be going to Nodo.
Okay. And a friend of ours that had told us about this place said that when he came here, this stuff was like sold out very early in the morning because there's so many people that come here and get it. But because the place, I mean, this place is empty. There's nobody in it. There are 2 other customers in this room. So
surprisingly, there were more. When I walked in, I was kind of shocked because there were probably about 3 people over there. They've since left, but I was surprised. I thought, oh, we're going to go into no man's land.
There's still room to spread your fins.
Scoot over.
I have no idea if this is going to be fishy or not. I really don't like fishy fish, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to jump into this without any warning and find out. Good. It kind of leans in the direction of Thai. Or
a creamy Thai.
A creamy, like a fish Thai. I don't know what that is in English.
Yeah, that's a fantastic flavor.
Yeah, and it's definitely not fishy. I could definitely eat that.
It kind of tastes like aburi without being aburi. It's kind of got like a mayonnaise feeling to it. It's really...
A lot of it is texture too. I think is what's so like tasty about it.
How much did the non-aburi one cost?
They were the same. They were the same price.
Same price.
This was very expensive. These 2 pieces of fish were 690 yen, which is like $6.
Yeah.
Which for Japanese sushi is.
But sushi for breakfast.
Yeah, sushi for breakfast, y'all.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna eat.
So we're back and we've finished our food. And you said that one of my pieces of meat looked like something you thought would freak me out. What was it?
It looked like a tongue. It looked like a cow's tongue.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I still can't figure out if you're supposed to eat this.
I took
the stuff out of it and I did try to eat it. It had legs attached to it, so I ate around the legs. That's probably the highlight of my meal. Oh, it's not the highlight of my meal, but that's like the most commentary thing that I have to say about it. There's a lady over there, probably shouldn't be sticking my finger in the food. But the other stuff was just delectable. I had Ika, which I ordered that. I have no problem with ordering it. It's not one of my like top 5 that I'll order every time that I go, but sometimes I'll be like, all right, I'll give it another try. It was thick and chewy, but yet you could bite through it. I don't know how...
Yeah, Ika sometimes can just become like gum.
Yes.
Ika is squid, by the way.
But yes, squid, and that was totally great. So that was the one that I was looking on there, like I'm not as well versed on this one, so maybe I won't like it, but this place seems like quality, and it was quite good. Other things that were on there were just kind of your standard salmon, maguro, and Ika, Saba, and I had to ask them about one of them, which was buri, and that was quite good. It had a sweet taste to it, which was good.
they were like, it's buri, what's it called in English? And we're like,
And so I told them in America, we don't eat fish.
I looked it up and I was like, it's Japanese amberjack? I never would have thought of that, I don't know.
But this was a great stop, and I was a bit worried, wondering if you'd find something that you could eat, and also if I was going to be happy with what ended up on my plate, and I am
worked out really
happy.
good.
I don't know why I was worried about me, but I was.
No.
Could get dangerous if I go too far down the road.
Every piece of maguro on there was some of the best maguro I've ever had. It was very delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was a win.
Just like Eric said while we were having dinner last night, we might not focus on Kanazawa. So I went back to the hotel last night and I looked up what else is there to do in the guidebook and other places that is north of Kanazawa. Is there enough to fill the rest of our time, and then we would feel like we weren't getting to see as much of the prefecture when we're doing stuff in the city? So the answer is yes. And
there's a lot to do outside of the city, but in the prefecture.
And so right now we are getting the F out of Kanazawa.
And it's not because Kanazawa doesn't look interesting, it's actually because it looks so interesting that I think it's worth a trip back just to focus on the city itself.
Yeah.
And the logic basically comes down to, we have a car right now, and if we're just exploring in the city, we don't need the car. So it would just be sitting there being not used, which doesn't make any sense. We should go to the places that we couldn't access without the car while we have the car, and then come back and do the city just on foot or using local transport and stuff. But the city is big, and it has actually got a pretty cool vibe, and it seems like there's quite a lot to show off. So I am looking forward to a point in time when we can come back over here and just do a filming of Kanazawa itself.
My finger smells like fish.
Yeah, because you had it jammed up in a shrimp's butt for a moment.
Yeah. Dirtbag goes to the beach.
Yeah, we are on the beach. We are cruising down the beach. This is not something you usually can do, like, in Japan. Like,
Wow.
I don't know if I've ever driven on a beach. Like, I remember going on a motorbike on a beach once and getting stuck a whole bunch in Vietnam. Not gonna happen. Can you hop off just for a second? I want to see if it's different. This seems like this is almost like an established route that they have put out on the beach, and you can just come out here and drive down the sand.
Yeah, I'm driving as far as I can go.
I suppose this is just sort of a result of like the sand being packed in enough, like it's firm enough that the cars don't all get stuck, because we are not in a four-wheel vehicle. Like, I mean, it's got four wheels, but
we're in a germ bag.
Yeah, this is not the kind of vehicle that normally can do off-roading.
You see some people taking some photo shoots, you gotta one-up them! Where's your hula skirt?
Huh?
Where's your hula skirt?
That's how I gotta get a ride.
Yeah. So Eric asked me if this was real fun. And I said the experience of driving on the beach, like in a different area, like seeing our icon on the GPS, not even on a road, is very fun. Like, where I am is cool.
I mean, also, the water is like right there.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
But the difference in driving on the road and where I'm driving right now feels really similar. Like, it's not a big difference. But I did scoop over into the non-road, like the non-flattened part, and you could feel the sway of the ground changing below you in a way that it shouldn't for being in a car, and that was nice.
About 5 minutes away from the beach, there is a museum for space stuffs, and it says it is for UFOs and real space stuffs. And I haven't seen any UFOs except for the building. Kind of looks like a UFO a little bit, right? Like, look at that thing. It's shaped a little interestingly. But they also have a Redstone rocket that is available for viewing. And that is a rocket that launched the two first Mercury astronauts into suborbital launching directionals. Like, they didn't actually orbit, but they went up in their capsules, and it is something that I have got quite an affinity for. I really like early era NASA space travel stuff. The first three manned space stuff. I went deep on it for a while, and I don't know if I've ever actually seen a Redstone rocket like up close, but honestly, it's really not very big.
Yeah, it's quite small.
It doesn't seem like it's like that like monumental to like put a dude on top of it and then shoot up into the sky. But I don't know. Are we gonna see alien stuff when we go in here, or are we gonna see like are we gonna get to go in there and clap those alien cheeks, Katie? Is that what's going on here?
Oh no, I don't think that's gonna happen.
It must be a time, like a 12 or a 11:30 or something.
Or the aliens know we're here. Welcome, humans!
Clap them cheeks.
Come on in to clap the cheeks. Can't fake this, but this is about to happen. So apparently at this museum, they got a bit of a sense of humor, a sense of fun. And the lady told us, like, oh, you should go over there and take the elevator. Yeah, you should. That was very strange. We've ridden it now 3 times in the last 3 minutes. Being the girlfriend of a guy who's into space means that you either are not into space or you're into space. I am closer to into space than not into space, and I truly do enjoy coming to like these museums and finding out stuff, and I've been to a lot of them now. This one is pretty darn good. I feel as though they keep the information succinct and they keep the imagery verbose. It's weird to say that imagery is verbose, but what you get to look at is big and what you digest about that is small. And I think that that's a good thing. You can learn more if you want to learn more, but it can almost feel overwhelming at some museums when you go and it's like, here's 64 posters about this one thing, and well, give me the tidbits, and if I've drawn in more, I can do research on my own. But what they've got here is a Mercury capsule, a Vostok, I don't speak Russian. Vostok capsule as well. And both of them don't seem like replicas, but
they are
everything is
sure.
replicas. Yeah. And then behind me we have Apollo. There's 3 guys in there. And just very cool stuff. Like, you're getting these big things next to you, but then like what you see about them is just little tidbits. It's not overwhelming. You don't feel like you're walking past tons of information and ignoring it because you can't digest that much. I feel like I get to digest every little bit and really apply it to what I'm looking at. And one of the cool things I found, you know how there's this golden disc in space? Do you know about this? There's a golden disc in space.
Attached to some of the older satellites that the United States launched.
And here they give us a nice little clicker. You can actually look at what's on this disc that aliens would find about us. And there's lots of pictures where we show them like what our solar system looks like, and then teach them about math and how DNA works, and people and how we make babies. Okay, I won't go through all the pictures, but there's like life stuff on there, and then there's songs and music, and then just sounds, so they can hear what our world sounds like. And it's kind of weird to sit in our world and listen to our world. So this was one of my favorite things, because I've seen a lot of those things over there, but I never got to play around with what's on the golden disc.
One of the things I like most about coming to museums with space stuff is that even though you can watch a bunch of space documentaries and stuff online, and you can get an idea of the stories and you can get an idea of what things look like, when you actually come to these museums and you can find at least a replica, or if you're lucky and you live in Washington, D.C. or something, you go to the Smithsonian and you can see the real thing, but you can find a replica of something like this is a lunar lander, and you get a feel for how big it is. That thing flew. How is that possible? It doesn't have wings, it doesn't have helicopter stuff. I mean, it's all just rockets and of course lower gravity, etc. But it's just very, very big. And to think that, like, look at the ladder here and going up into there, and I don't know, the whole thing just gets me really excited. It's all very fascinating. I love seeing this stuff at scale in real life. It's very, very interesting to me. We didn't get to clap any alien cheeks up in there, but
well, we got close. There was like an alien autopsy area, yeah. But they were on their back, so there were no cheeks to be had.
I mean, I find that stuff kind of interesting, but I'm way more interested in like the real, like.
There's fiction and nonfiction.
Well, I mean, who knows, man? Maybe some aliens got their cheeks clapped. I don't know what's going on over there in Roswell. Nobody really knows, but all I know is that my interests really lean more towards the manned space travel stuff and whatever. It's just got more grounding for me. This place was really good, and it was like 400 yen per person.
Yeah.
So it was like $3.50. That's a really good $3.50 museum, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. So. I really liked the quantity of information and quantity of item.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good.
Absolutely. So if you're ever in this area for some reason, I mean, we are out in the middle of nowhere, basically. But if you're here,
we're about 30 minutes outside of Kanazawa, which is not really the middle of nowhere.
Well, I mean, we had to go over a rice field to get to this building. So if you ever happen to be in the area, and just don't get your hopes up about clapping those cheeks, and you'll be happy as a clam, believe me. Is it a clam that would be happy about clapping cheeks? I don't know.
I don't know.
Do clams have cheeks?
It's lunchtime, and we're not going for lunch. because I have other things I want to do. And I'm insane. I wanted to go to this little woodworking area that you can make a coaster at, and I've basically just canceled lunch so we can go and make a coaster. We were completely heading towards lunch, and then I realized like this woodworking coaster place is gonna close at 3 o'clock. So lunch is kaput, and we've headed to a woodworking place. And the reason that I came here is because you can make things like this. And we got to the place and the lady walked me through this very quickly. I've put all of this together. There's no glue. It's just like little locked in pieces. And now I'm putting in all of the little, this reminds me of Mitsubishi. So I'm putting in all the Mitsubishis, and then I get to take this home and have it forever. And I've been needing a coaster on my desk for a while, so I am psyched about this. I made it. I am so pleased that this was happening because now I get to keep this forever. I really like going somewhere and having something that is useful that I can keep forever, or something that I can take home that's edible. There was other options to make like soy sauce and stuff in Fukui, but now I've got a coaster from Ishikawa that I can tell everybody I made it.
I think we might get interrupted with a cat in a moment, so pardon if that happens. We've come to a little coffee shop that is actually inside of somebody's house, inside of a little town. And it's a very nice place, and the lady that works here is very nice. And I was stupid and walked in through the window, basically, instead of the front door. I think the cat is here. The cat is here.
Oh wow, it's a different cat than the cat that we thought it would be.
Yes.
All right, we're back. We had some cat time. Jojo is really fluffy. Big fan. But a little bit timid. Anyways, this curry is like a keema-based curry, and it's got some vegetables and things in it, and it was like basically homemade by the lady that works here, which is exciting stuff. And it was touted in our magazine as a place to come and eat. So let's get in here and see what we got. I really like curry, so. It's really like a thick flavor. There's a lot of flavor in it, actually. The okra and stuff in it is actually adding quite a lot to it. It is spicy, though, on the back. There's a lot of flavor happening. I don't know how to describe all of it. There's a little bit of a metallic-y flavor, but it's in a good way. And the spice and the vegetables and stuff, it's all dancing together really well. To be real with you, I'm really distracted by this cat. I'm having trouble thinking. But yeah, this is just like an example of like a nice little meal that you can get at a little kisaten or a coffee shop in Japan. This is kind of like a high version of it, but it's not expensive. This is like 800 yen or something, so it's not a rip-off or anything. And she's got pastas and a couple of other sandwiches and stuff on the menu as well. But this is what would drive you here for sure. She's come up with something that's special and kind of unique the way that her take on it is, and she's done a very good job.
So Eric was making fun of me because I pull directly into the parking spot everywhere we go. But as you can see, oh, that's a much better shot. At the convenience store, that's what everyone does. And it's weird that this is like a special rule. Everyone does. This person just did.
It is time for fika, and we have hit a moment in time where the weather has taken a turn.
I can see the island a little bit now.
Oh, hey, it's a little rainy, but yeah, we're planning to go to this little island that's just off the coast, and it's kind of inside of a couple of peninsulas. It's at the northernmost bit of Ishikawa Prefecture. And we have stopped to have our fika, as we do every single day. And we've gotten some things that we saw in our guidebook, and we are a little confused about what they are. And the reason I've been confused is because they're called sakemushi. And sakemushi is a style of cooking that is usually for like seafood things, where they'll steam it in seasonings and I think a little bit of sake or something like that, I guess.
This is kind of a seafood town. So.
Yeah, but it's a sweet, and it's a kasutera. So I'm very baffled as to what is going on, and they have different flavors each season. We just got these little michi no eki. It's not like some like old lady down there making them like it's like her like whole life's work or whatever.
It did not smell how I thought it was going to smell.
This one smells like a blueberry exploded.
Well, it's got gold flakes on it, which this area is actually known for gold flakes. Whoop. Ding, 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 ding.
This one is blue. Well,
it is
purple.
It is now
purple.
There we go.
Purple. And it says this season's flavor is the blueberry flavor. So we've got just a couple of them. I'm not sure. These were sold in kind of separate areas. I'm not sure if they're different or not. Yours has like Encore or something on the inside. And this one...
It says Ringo. Like, Ringo was supposed to be the flavor.
Yeah.
I don't smell
Apple.
Ringo.
Apple.
Yeah, apple.
Yeah. This smells like blueberries, though. It smells like blueberry pancakes right up in there.
Dang. I'm excited about that one.
Are we just flipping flopping?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you're giving me all the gold flake then.
That's true. I licked it first.
Which one do you want?
This one.
Okay. All right.
Ooh, so much softer.
Yeah, the texture is different. To mystery snack. It just looks like your normal Japanese snack, so it's not really that mysterious. The name is what got me. I'm assuming they've been steamed. Oh my gosh. They're really tasty, dude.
Apple one seems really ordinary, so I'm ready to move on to the blueberry.
Get you into Blueberry Town.
And we bought this one thinking that we'd found the thing that we were looking for.
And like the season was different or whatever.
But then we turned around and we saw this one. So we were like, okay, we're going to go ahead and buy the other one as well. So that's why we have the two.
The apple is fine. I guess that these are probably steamed. Like that's how they're cooked. I guess. I don't know. The apple one is fine. The blueberry one is standout.
Dessert.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I'm saving this so when we drive away, that's the flavor in my taste buds.
I got a bit of apple that was in it.
These were 170 yen a piece?
This one was 140, and then the other one was 170.
Oh, wow.
I think the other one was a little bit bigger. Not hugely bigger, but a little bit.
Pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
We have driven across the little bay to come to Notojima. And the first thing that we came across was this sign, and you're about to see the number change. 1983, 1984, 1985. That is how many cars have come onto the island today. Never seen a counter like that before for an island, but we saw it and we were like, we should turn around. That's pretty interesting. I still think it's pretty interesting, and I'm really kind of surprised. 1986, 1987, 1988, here comes another one. I'm really surprised at how many cars have come across here because, I mean, it's a fairly substantial island, but I don't know. I guess I don't have any idea how many cars go onto an island in a day, but it's that many, now I know.
On the sign that had all the numbers, you might have also noticed that it said Notojima. And earlier today, we ate some Nodo Guro, the fish, the expensive fish that was on the plate. I don't know if the Nodo and the Noto, the Nodo of the fish and the Noto of this island go together, but I said we'd be coming here, and now we're here.
It's funny how that works with Japanese. Like, you kind of sometimes don't know because things change. The duh and the tuh can have altered, but it can mean the same place.
Because it's next to a guh.
And like another example of that is I didn't know if this place was called Notoshima or Notojima until I like looked it up.
Saw it on that sign.
I saw it on the sign. It says Notojima. Oh, okay, so it's G instead of she, even though they both mean it's a different pronunciation of the same character. Anyways.
We're
Japanese.
here!
We made it, yeah. Whew, my back is killing me, man.
I nodded at you, like, now we will go. This is Notojima. This is exactly where we are right now. That's exactly what we look like.
We are a couple of honkies in a car, aren't we?
A couple of honkies in a car. Right now I've got the GPS set to take us up to the northeasternmost point of the island and just see what we can see up there. I don't know if there's going to be anything. It's raining. Some days you just don't get the perfect mixture of weather and sunshine and fun. You get days that you get to wear your raincoat. We found ourselves a drive-in temple. It's not a drive-through because we're gonna have to turn around and go back down this ginormous hill with a very steep grade. But I saw it on the side of the road and was like, I can take Eric up there. That's amazing. So now we're up here, and shrine seems to be just a thing that's here. It has no descriptors or anything like that. I guess the people in the local area may actually use it.
Yeah, then there's not even a name.
Yeah, and I guess that people drive to it. Navigation has ended. You have reached your destination, which apparently is some starfish. Even in Ishikawa, the 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock music, it changes in some areas and not in others, is playing. It's very pleasant.
We have departed Nodojima, right? Did I do that right? Notoshima, Nodojima, and it seems like a fine little island, but on a rainy day, kind of at the end of the day, there's really not a whole lot for you to do. We just kind of drove across the island, checked out a little area, drove back. Wasn't like a super exciting adventure or anything like that. And now we are just kind of gonna head back into the city so that we can find a place to sleep that is cheap. And then we are in the morning coming back up this direction, correct? Mm-hmm. And hoping for better weather.
What are you talking about? No rules were broken?
Hey y'all, hope you dug the video. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell, the like button, the comments, etc., all those things. And if you want to help us make the videos directly, like give us some direct support, then there are links to our Patreon down below, and there's also a link to our PayPal account and our Amazon wish list if you want to help us get some new gear and stuff like that. I think that sums it up. Thanks. Make sure to hit up our social medias as well. We've got the Facebook, we've got the Reddit, we've got the Instagram, we've got the Discord. I think that's it. And we recently got a SIM card that has unlimited data, so we'll be doing live streams now and then on Instagram, just, whenever we have some free time, nothing serious or anything, just for the good times. So if you're on Instagram, check it out.